Y'all, a couple of weeks ago, my air conditioner went out in my truck camper. It's 20 years old. It was time to go out. So what I did was replace it with this Dometic Brisk Air 2. Now what I'm finding, camping in it last weekend, is it really didn't get cold in here at night, which it used to. This little truck camper is a tiny little space, and this is a 13,500 BTU unit. It should be freezing in here, and it's not. But I think I found something that we can get this thing to really cool down this camper. Y'all stick around. We'll get with it right after this. Let me make a disclosure to you first thing. I am not an air conditioner tech. I'm just a guy with a screwdriver. So if you want to do this at your own risk. But I do think we can make this thing colder. What's happening is that the internal thermostat on this unit is not setting low enough. So I think we can go in and adjust it down, and we can get the compressor to run for longer and get the temperature down in here. In fact, I've got a thermometer by my bed right here. Right here on my bed, it's 71 degrees, which is not hot, obviously, but it's not cold. And I have this thing set wide open. High cool, as cool as it'll go, and that's where we're at, 71 degrees. Now, it's pretty early in the morning here. It's 8 o'clock in the morning, and it's only around 80 degrees outside. I think this camper should be at least 65 degrees, I'm thinking, with this thing set on max cool. So let's get started and see what we got. First thing we're gonna do is turn it off for safety reasons and so you guys can hear me a little better. Now that's better. All right, so we definitely want to kill power to it, and the easiest way to do that is with your unit running, find the breaker, turn it off, and obviously the power is off to this thing. So we don't even need to check it with a meter. So what we want to do, this hot cool knob is a thermostat. It just happens to be mounted to the unit instead of a wall unit. So we want to get to that. There is a screw on the side of this thermostat that I think we can actually lower the temperature of this camper down. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start. I've already removed most of the screws, and I've removed the knobs already just to save time. So we're going to take this cover down. We're going to lower that set screw, and then we're going to let this thing cool off as much as possible, and we'll take another temperature reading. I'm going to leave the thermometer on the bed, and like I said, I hope I can get it down to maybe around 65, 66 degrees wide open. Now, we don't want to go too low where the compressor is running 100% of the time. We don't want to freeze up the compressor. We want it to still be at a cycle, but in a room this small, I don't see any reason why we can't get this thing cooler. So let's start taking this thing apart. Like I said, I've got most of the screws out of here. I've only got 2 left in it. Go ahead and get those out. Okay, now we can remove that. Now we can see that our thermostat is housed in another box. So we want to pull that off. And once we have that down, well, I can get this one out of the way. I pulled the wrong screw out. Let's put that one back in. Okay, so there's 2 screws that hold the cover in place, and we can see our heat and cool switch is the one with just the electrical connections, and our thermostat actually has a little copper tube running to it. Now there's 2 screws that hold the thermostat to the cover plate. We'll remove those. And now we can get to our thermostat. Our thermostat's got just 1 set of wires on it, and it's got the copper tube. I'm gonna show you a picture right now of what the screw looks like. Now that screw on the side, from the research I've done, is actually an adjustment on the thermostat. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna turn that screw 1 full turn counterclockwise. And I think that's gonna cause it to lower the temperature setting, but we'll have to run it to see. I'm not 100% sure. It may actually raise it, but we'll see. So let's give it a shot. Okay, so I've turned it about 1 turn. So we're gonna go ahead and put this back together. We're gonna close it up, and I'm gonna put the 2 covers, the 2 screws back on the cover, because we don't want to run it like this. We actually want to run it put together. So let's get the thermostat back on the plate, and we'll probably have to do this a few times. And we're gonna have to let it run for a while in the meantime to see where the temperature actually goes to. All right, thermostat's back on the plate. Now we want to make sure we got that heat cool, the thermostat switch all the way cold, which it is. I've got it all the way. We're going to put our cover back on. This would probably be easier with 2 people, but we'll be able to manage by ourselves. Helps if you're tall. All right, so now we're safe to run it again. We'll see if it made a difference. We were at 71 degrees, so we're gonna let this thing run. I'm gonna let it run for a half hour or so, see how cool it gets down to. Unit's back on and running. I'm still at 71 degrees, so let's give it a little while and we'll check it out. The unit's been back up and running for about 25 or 30 minutes. The thermometer is reading 69 degrees on the bed. The temperature's come down 3 degrees, and you can feel it is cooler in here. You can feel it when you walk in. So I'm gonna turn it back off, and I'm gonna adjust it a little more. I'm gonna bring that knob down another half turn, and we'll see how cool we can get this thing. If that'll get me, I said 65 earlier in the bid. That may be a little bit unrealistic. There's not a whole lot of air blowing up over the bed. So if I can get it down another couple of degrees, if it's 69 right now, let's say I can get it down to 67, I think that'll be more than comfortable in this room, and I'll be happy with it. So let's adjust it again. So I think I'm taking it down about another half a turn is what it looks like. I was just making sure that I was actually moving it that second time. So I brought it down a half a turn. And we will put it back together, let it run for another half hour or so. Got it back on. Let's let it run another half hour or so. See if we can bring that temperature down just another couple of degrees, and then we'll do a wrap. I'm back in the camper. It has been 25 minutes since we adjusted it last. Let's take a look. I'll tell you, it's cooler in here, and it's quite nice. I'm really liking it. We're at 67 degrees on my bed. My original goal was 65, and I think I could go lower if I wanted, but 67 in that bed. 67 in that bed is going to be more than comfortable. It actually feels really cool in here right now. In fact, to get to these screws on each side, I had to pull this vent cover off. So most of my air is blowing towards the back door of my little camper. So once I get that reinstalled and I can blow the air towards the front, it's going to be substantially cooler in that front area of the bedroom. And guys, this works. Like I said, try it at your own risk. I am not an air conditioner tech at all. I am an electrician, but it's in no way, shape, or form got anything to do with electrical work, air conditioner work. But I really don't think I'm gonna have a problem with it freezing. My home air compressor runs, air conditioner runs all day long in the summertime. It doesn't freeze up. As long as it's got good Freon in it, I think you'll be fine, personally. So if you're having issues with your new air conditioner just not getting cold enough, this is something you can try. And you can see I just had great success doing it. I've lowered the temperature on the bed 5 degrees, which I would say is substantial. So guys, I hope you enjoyed the content. I hope I helped you out. Please subscribe to my channel. Give me a thumbs up and go ahead and hit that notification bell, guys. You'll know when I put more stuff out. So until next time, I'll see y'all on Everyday Man.